just hold off for a second, like before you jump in and do it. All right, we are.
Give me the 3, 2, 1.
We are live, so let me give you the link so you can share it then.
Okay. All right, it's coming. It's coming. We're gonna fire this off and then we're gonna go. Get it. Don't worry. Start your walking shoes.
Here we go.
Start walking now.
All right, share that link.
Here we go. Copying it. Copy link.
The Zach'nBeats podcast, your hour every week to unwind, get some walking in, and listen to coin hunt addicted players talking all things coin hunt world. I'm Beats. He's Zach. Hi, Zach.
Hello.
This week we'll discuss how we're dealing with the changes so far, our plans to deal with upcoming changes, go over the usual segments like Green Vault Trivia, Buddy Quests, and the return of some suggestions. We also have a special guest from the Wiki team. This time it's everyone's favorite type of falcon, Peregrine. Peregrine, are you ready for the Zach'nBeats experience?
I'm ready.
Hey, man.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Good stuff. So we obviously have Peregrine on because there is so much happening in the auction house. So we always end up talking about that at some point. This time we will go into it more in depth and with a little bit of guidance here. So that'll help a lot. Zach, right away, I have to ask you, since we last talked, the headquarters for the level 5 has come out and the log cabin came out. Did you upgrade? Did you get the log cabin?
I'll be honest, I did not.
Wow.
It might bite me in the butt, kind of like the, you know, how I bought a whole bunch of blueprints for the cats during last Halloween, and then, but I sold off all my paint to do that. So similar situation. I'm like, this is the highest price I've seen for resin, you know, in a year. I was like, I hunt enough to where I can get this in, you know, a couple weeks if I really needed to. So I just sold my resin, and then I've also been assisting filling some dozers. So.
Okay, so you've been burning through your resin this whole time, so the architect is not hodling any resin.
Yeah, I also printed the second architect, obviously, so that's also 100,000 there. So.
Oh, that's 100,000 too. That's right. That's right.
That hurts a little bit.
That's no small change. So yeah, all right. And so you did not buy the log cabin? Is that what you're saying? No, not one yellow key for that?
I did buy the log cabin, yeah.
Oh, okay. You did that part. All right.
Yep.
So you did that. All right. Fair enough. Peregrine, we've got to know, are you invested in this part? Are you waiting it out?
I bought the log cabin.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right.
Yep. And yeah, I did the upgrade too. At first, like I was hesitating and thinking, well, you know, what am I going to get? Just the ability to put a skin on. But basically, I did it for possibilities for the future. So maybe level 5 will let us do some things. So I'm like, it's going to be now or later, so might as well now.
Of course. So I'm going to kind of just listen with bated breath to everything you say about the auction house because you've analyzed it up and down. And we just realized right before we went on that you haven't been on a podcast before. And both Zach and I were positive that you had been. So we have to do the usual kind of like, where did you find Coin Hunt World? Where are you hunting at? Give us at least that part.
Okay. So I'm in Central Ontario, a couple hours north of Toronto. We call it cottage country, so it's mostly a rural area. We've got a small town nearby, so that's where I hunt. My family is in the area, and they've set up some user vaults, so we got about 20 or 30 in the area, so it's pretty
Nice.
good. And
Ontario sounds familiar, so that sounds like a good spot.
Yeah, let's not talk about the local leaderboard.
Right.
But I found it. I was kind of getting interested in like investigating some crypto gaming, and I tried my hand at a couple of things, a couple of like card games, and they just weren't really doing it for me. But then I found an article, and I honestly can't remember where it was, but this one article said there are basically only 2 games related to crypto that are worth playing, and one of them was Coin.
Oh.
Okay, so that's an anti-game geolocation. So loved it. Used to love walking and biking. And Pokemon Go is something similar. I never really got into that, but the whole idea of the augmented reality, but just sort of going outside, walking, nature, and playing the game while I'm doing that. I thought that was pretty cool. And this game had all the ingredients. So
Did I miss when you started playing? Like what?
yeah, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
You won't.
I'll just be content with what we can build up.
We have a problem.
Oh no.
They are saying they can't. Hey, wait,
They can't hear us.
hang on.
Oh wait, I hear myself.
All right, we'll take turns here. Hey, can you hear me, Zach? Oh shit. Apparently, I got some stuff to figure out. Does my mic have to be unmuted for them to hear beats? We own. Oh, it would help if you guys didn't tell me 5 different things. I'm gonna have
Oh
to.
no.
Hang on. Zach is
Hear
fine.
anyone?
Beats is down. We can only hear Zach. Can you hear Peregrine?
Give it a 1-2 check, Peregrine.
1, 2, 3, check. A, B, C.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I think I fucked it up a second ago. When I clicked record on Skype, it dropped everything, and I reconnected, and then in the chat they're like, "Hey, look at Zach's face," and then so just hang on a second.
Oh no. At least I'm hoping they got recorded for posterity.
Well, it doesn't matter what you say, Beats. I don't think they can hear you.
We were humming along nicely.
Each other, so that's
All right, let's see.
why.
All right, Beats, talk.
Hello. Zach, give him the audio.
All right, sorry, Beats.
1, 2, check. No, it's me.
No, you're good now. I mean, it was me,
Oh,
but it
I'm
was
good
when
now.
I clicked record on Skype, and then it immediately was like, the Skype noise is like, Zoom. Like, we're recording live. I'm like, fuck. So I jumped back in the call, but it defaulted my my output to my speakers instead of my headset, and my headset in OBS is the input for you, so that they can hear you. So
All that boils down to #blame Zach.
yes, basically, we're late because of me. It sucks because of me, and
right,
the whole thing.
Let's make a whole 180 here. Did everyone hear anything of what Peregrine said already? Do we have to start over? Should we start over? Was any of it recorded? Because then we can just go from
Well,
there.
it's on YouTube, so we're good with YouTube. But
all right, well then we'll just keep going, right?
Yeah, maybe it's okay. They said 50%, so it was basically 3 or 4 minutes ago. We lost about the last few minutes. So
okay, so YouTube will pick up the slack, right? That's what I'm picking up here. That's good. All right. Anyway, so just last night, this kind of came out of nowhere. The shark came back. The shark blueprint came back. There were, I believe, they advertised 420 were left, and it sold out last night. So actually, Peregrine, I want to ask you right away, what does this mean to you?
Demand. I don't know if you guys were in the Hunter's Hangout, but it was pretty wild as the countdown was going down to 0. And
yep.
Everyone is just excited because this is what we all want to see, demand, right? We want to see demand from the outside world, right, for people playing the game, but it's also super exciting to see that much demand within the game too.
Yeah.
And that many red keys getting thrown around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just completely baffled on like the amount of keys that are in the game available to for people to buy blueprints. Like, the shark has come in twice. I mean, I get that we've grown, but I mean, there's a chance that I don't actually know how much, we've grown. Like, there's a chance that like, we've tripled in the past 2 months, and I don't know that. I don't realize that, but it feels more like we've had the relatively the same player base steadily growing, but all of a sudden there was the key influx. So everybody's got sharks now, right? Or at
I'm
least
sure one of you
blueprints.
knows this, or someone in the chat will pipe up. Somebody figured out the average number of keys that somebody would get if they did all the walking quests and averaged out their mystery boxes, right? It's something like, I don't know. I don't want to say a number and then be wrong.
I
It's
don't know.
66 for the walking quest.
Well, obviously, yeah.
And then
Well, I think it was like 27 or
80?
something like that, right?
80,
Originally.
maybe?
Yeah.
85, 80, I don't know.
But then
So multiply that.
if you hunt though, it's not like you can obviously hit more than 80 blues, right?
Right. So, and then I put behind this where I put sold out here, I put theories, conspiracies, question mark. People were saying something like, oh, well, this is a whole bunch of people like double buying, or I wanted to say, what was it? Ghost accounting or whatever. Do we think this could account for this many people? Like, Zach, did your wife buy a shark blueprint?
She did not.
Yeah. So I don't know if Peregrine, if you bought one, if you already had one. Actually, Zach, did you even have the shark from the first time?
I have it the second time I bought it.
Oh, okay.
So I already had it.
The second time.
Well,
So you had to buy it. You bought it for more than 2 reds.
no. I bought it the second time it came to the shop. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
Peregrine, you got it?
Yeah, I got it last night. And I'm just wondering if maybe more people in the game are kind of in my situation. Like, I'm not a super hardcore player, I'm a casual player. And I've had to kind of make some. I've kind of had
But
to
you
make
do a
some
lot for the
choices,
game.
like where am I going to spend my keys, right? So basically, like I spent the last few months just, I mean, not hoarding. I mean, I hunted, like I went hard in the Hawaii event, but basically just collecting because I knew I eventually wanted to get the shark and the pirate. So maybe more people kind of just played the way I was playing and just collected, saving up for these epics.
Yeah.
Are you so being in the auction house as much as you are? I'm already going off script here. Does anything pull you away from those goals? So you're looking for the epic blueprints that come into the shop, the guaranteed 2 reds that get you something that you want. But in the auction house, looking at it so much, is there anything that just you're like, oh, but that?
Yeah, totally. But got to be super disciplined, right? So just because of the nature of the data that we collect, I can literally see if an item is the cheapest it's been in 6 months, right? So like I know what I should buy if I want a bargain, and then I just have to decide whether or not I actually want to go for it or not. So.
Would you say you're a QB day trader? Is this what's happening?
No, I don't actually trade much at the auction house. I
you just look.
Honest, yeah. Well, like literally, like doing all the work with the data takes most of my time. I actually wish I could play more of the game.
Wow. All right. Hey, we need people like you. That's what we need. We need lots of people like you.
True story.
So, Zach, are you going to print a shark?
I printed one a while back before I sold it,
I like just asking Zach, like, just random things. Oh, wait. So I have to ask you this, though. So did you listen to the IT Guy podcast?
You talking to me?
Yes.
Damn.
I'm talking to you, Zach.
No, I didn't listen to the last one.
Okay. So in it, Lookvend.
Sorry.
Well, I'll fill you in. We'll do it right here. Let's throw Peregrine on the spot. Did you listen to it?
I did.
Damn. Show off.
Nice. All right. So Lookvend laid out his case for why you should not sell the second Architect QB, and I'm not going to recreate it right now. You have to go listen to it. But the idea was basically that structures haven't even really come out yet, and we don't know the full capacity of what it could do. So why would you keep it? And what you have mentioned before about what good is a purple key to you, besides unless they put a purple vault, right in Kansas City.
It's true. Yeah.
So you put out a tweet that said you were going to put it up in 7 days, and I think that was yesterday, the day before, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to shift right to Peregrine. Is this a good or a bad idea?
Well, I think there are a lot of valid takes.
Oh,
Well, yeah, okay, no. I think it's not a bad idea
come
because
on.
no.
We're here for the hot takes.
I think it's actually a wise idea because the time when you want to sell is basically before, like, it's when there's a lot of excitement about it.
Sell the news.
Yeah, yes. Well, sell the rumor. Yeah, yeah. So I think he's going to do just fine.
Yeah. So,
Do you want to talk about your motivations?
to be honest, I kind of regret doing it, but because I posted it, I'm obviously going to follow up and do it. But that does not mean that I'm going to list it at 20 keys. So I might list it to where we like, there might be 5 people that can contend. So I don't want to be super ridiculous, I guess you could say greedy, but
you've mentioned 2 purples as some sort of ballpark.
Yeah,
which sounds right to me, honestly, with as much as you had to spend to get
yeah. I guess more than anything, the key inflation kind of is a big take on it. Like, because whatever, 2 weeks ago when I printed it, I was like, damn, I could get a purple just out of my scales,
Scales, yeah.
and then everything else. But so I don't know.
Zach, you said today's magic word, keyflation. That brings us directly to Peregrine for all of the Wiki news that we want to hear about the auction house and how things have suddenly flipped. There are winners, there are losers. We want to hear all about it. Take us through it. We're just going to pepper you with questions and comments as you go. We see that you have a little bit of stuff here, so fire away. It starts with how prices are captured. I feel bad because I tend to forget to do that, but I did 2 foremen today, so thank you. You're welcome. I don't know. Sorry, that was a terrible intro. Go for it, Peregrine.
Okay, well, where to start? Okay, how prices are captured. So we have the auction house form, and big thank you to everyone who uses that form. Takes the time in order to submit those prices, because that's really valuable in creating historical data. So that's fantastic. About 95% of the price data that we actually collect, we do using code. So it's an algorithm that basically captures prices off screenshots that the community submits. So
screenshots, not the survey, the .ah command, not that link.
No, probably. Well, less than 5% of the prices that we've tracked actually come from that form now. It used to be much more, but a few months ago we were just kind of tossing around the idea there must be a way to capture more prices and automate things a little bit more so that it wasn't totally dependent on user input. And so we've kind of found a way of basically a few people on the team submit screenshots. So for example, Zach is a recent contributor. Zach submits screenshots every week. We've got a few others. Warm, he submits screenshots from the UK time zone. Pause. Basically what we do is we combine all of these screenshots, and the code reads the screenshots and reads its best guess at sale prices. So basically what it does is it, let's say you open the auction house and you saw, like Zach's architect at the top, and there was 1 clock left on it, and it was going for like 2 purples or whatever. You open the auction house 5 minutes later and it was gone. What would you conclude?
It sold at that price.
It sold at that price. And so that's basically what the code looks for. The code says, okay, it checks, it checks.
Checking and checking.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as it disappears, it's like, okay, that's going to be the best guess. And so that's what we roll with. And we found it to be really accurate because it comes in line with the, when there's overlaps with the auction house form itself, they're often exact, sometimes just a little bit off. So reliable enough to establish some baseline price data for stuff.
Zach, can you show me, so you said you did this. I don't even know what he's actually talking about. So
I'm not
you
sure if
sell
I'm the
something-
person to ask because I think
I-
I've submitted
He just said you
screenshots
did it.
incorrectly. Yeah, but he also had to follow up with me and be like, yeah, I couldn't use half your screenshots because so
I'm
no.
trying to help you.
So
I'm trying to
like I
help
mean
you.
I'll follow up I guess on this week. If I did it correctly, then I'll show you Beats.
Peregrine, I don't know. Let's walk us through anyone who's listening or watching who doesn't know exactly what you mean. Am I screenshotting the number of keys I got back when it says auction item sold? Am I screenshotting that?
So really, all you're doing is you're opening up your app and going to the auction house.
Okay.
You go to the auction house and you configure it so that it's on the hot items. So like it's
Okay.
automatically on the hot, like when you open it up, it's automatically on the hot.
Okay.
But then what you do is you go to 1 o'clock. You set it to 1 o'clock,
Okay. Find the latest possible things.
right? And then you'll select one of the categories on the top, right? So for example, blueprints. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So then you literally just screenshot that. Okay. And then you move over
Okay.
to resources and you screenshot that. And then
So
you
it's
move
just a rolling capture of everything that's happening.
That's
Everything that's
exactly-
happening, not your
that's
things,
exactly-
everything.
still involved in the actual capture. You don't have to use any logic yourself. You just capture the screenshots. All the screenshots get uploaded, and then the code takes care of the rest.
Wow. All right. I'm wildly off from how I thought all this worked. So great.
Well, there was a possibility to like really automate everything because I mean you could set up like a macro on a phone, but we felt that wasn't really in harmony with the terms of service. So we're like, okay, how can we still benefit from this, but still kind of stay within the terms of service? And it ends up it gets the community involved too because people can contribute to get everything together.
Speaking of community involved, Zach, I can't see the chat. Is there anyone saying anything? Is there anyone watching?
Oh yeah, they're mostly laughing, making fun of me.
Oh, all right. Well, good. That's the engagement we want.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good. No, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's mostly good. Laugh out loud.
Zach, do you have anything else to say about how prices are captured? We'll go on to keyflation.
Well,
If you want to talk about keyflation, you said keyflation first. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I do want to just thank Peregrine again because I mean, there's I mean, again, like I've said, there's several people another. He's one of the developers. I would say that one that probably isn't recognized as much. I mean, Khag does a whole bunch, so his hands are in everything. But Peregrine's on it all the time, So just kind of thank you for doing what you do. And in a lot of ways, I feel bad because I spend so much time hunting that I wish I could take more time doing what you do. So it's kind of like I feel selfish, for playing more than I contribute in a way. And I wish that I was doing more than just, the stuff I'm doing. Cause, I think I would feel more, I guess, fulfilled doing something like you're doing. But like I would have to sit down for hours. Whereas like somebody who's just, a little more talented, like just, like yourself. So you're not getting paid for it. So I guess I'm saying like, thank you for your, talent and skill and effort putting in this. And I imagine that you're hopeful and anxious for the API.
Absolutely. And I just want to say, I mean, like, thank you for saying that. But, let's remember, like, both of you, you're community leaders, you produce content, it keeps us inspired, keeps us excited about the game. Like you're doing a lot of heavy lifting. So, I mean, this is a game of choices, right? I mean, I could be choosing to, maybe code a bit less and go hunting a bit more. But you know what? I'm not choosing to do that because I'm actually, like, in the end, we do what we want to do.
Right. Yeah.
So it's all good.
Zach does what his wife wants him to do.
That's not really true.
I gotta get one of those in there. Also,
I feel like every time I come to Discord and look and watch my name, like I'll see Beats talking trash on me. Zach's wife, I'm like, God damn you, shut up.
you bring it on yourself.
I do.
Hey,
I do.
When you have that like guilt about like not doing enough, that's when we need Zach'nBeats t-shirts, and we can be like, well, here's a t-shirt. At least there's that.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're gonna sell.
that wouldn't. No, I mean, like, even just to give, like Peregrine, hey, I
Hey,
survived
there
the
you go.
Zach'nBeats podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
See,
Yeah.
you get one if you come on. All right, keyflation. So I benefited at least a little bit from keyflation due to the foreman. I guessed right that a couple of foremen being put up at 1 o'clock right after the Hunter's Lodge would help. It did. Purple cubies I didn't expect to explode. Did that just throw, Peregrine, did that just throw off the chart completely for them?
Yeah, it's pretty insane what's happened to purple cubies. I might be able to pull up a chart.
Oh, yes, we have charts.
Now,
This is why we're
things
live.
change so quickly. Like,
Yeah.
like literally between yesterday and today, the prices have already dropped. So it's
Right. It was fast.
Well, if you were looking to do a key transfer, the purple cubies were how to do it.
Yeah, how about it? Oh, a red key or purple key.
Yeah.
Weren't we just saying like 80 keys for a purple cubie was a key?
Yeah. Like I was like, whatever, dude beats. I mean, I believe it is. And then like now we're seeing like 2 go for like a red, and like that's like 600 purple paint. Like, right? Aren't they 300? Like, it's crazy.
200, I think.
Oh wow, that's even worse.
all right. Here's
Share screen. Yeah, there we go. Let's see.
Okay, this is
I
actually
got it. You got it.
okay. This is actually the blueprint. It's not the QB itself,
Okay.
but you can just see. I mean,
So?
it's just
Skyrocketing.
skyrocketing. I mean, like the blueprint itself is going for almost 500 keys right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I wish I had bought a whole bunch of those a long time ago.
If somebody would guarantee me 200 blue keys, I'd give it to him. I guess I can list it if I really want to.
What, and then buy it back later? I feel like now purple cubies are going to be the thing for newcomers, right?
So Kata says there's somebody that's been playing for a year that says they haven't dropped a purple blueprint. And I remember that Illusion Weaver's wife said that, right?
Yeah, but she also said she hunts like 15 minutes a day. So yeah, it's going to take you a year.
Yeah, true. Peregrine, have you got it? The purple blueprint.
Sorry. Oh, the blueprint. Yeah. It dropped like the second day I started playing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we might have a player that can contend with Loopity Luke that's been on our podcast as the most casual player, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I just
Nice.
Loopity Luke. Every time I'm on the chat, he gives me crap about. Apparently, he like took offense to it, so I get crap every.
I will gladly take the mantle.
Take the crown. There you go. Hey, you also
cool,
get at least top 1 or 2 most talented, so put that crown on too.
I have a lot of help.
The only other couple of keyflation things that are listed here that you listed here were resin and paint. I saw resin jumped up. Was there a certain paint that you saw jump up, or was it just the blue paint, or all of it? For the shark, right?
Yeah, like in the blog post that I wrote for the wiki, I did summarize some of the keyflation, and I was surprised by how much paint has risen in the last month or two. Like it's up 74%. Yeah. So that like I didn't take into account the green paint skyrocket during the Hawaii event. I kind of normalized that data, but across the board over the last 3 months, paint's up 74%. That's steep, and I think with people wanting to maybe print sharks, I think paint's going to be really scarce unless this new happy hour mechanic starts feeding us more.
What percentage of shark? Why did you do this? All I can see is I just see us doing this.
I just wanted to be outdoors. Sorry, we'll go back.
Okay, fine. It's very hot. I'm hot. Peregrine, how many people out of the 500? How many of those 500 do you think maybe got banned, or are people who just bought it? They're probably maybe going to print one ever and then just maybe sell the blueprint. Do you have any ideas on those kind of things, or is that all 100% speculation?
Yeah, I don't think my opinion is any better than anyone else's on that, but yeah, probably most will print 1 or 2.
Yeah. I wish that data, who's banned and stuff like that, would be publicly shared. Obviously, it would be not a good
Yeah,
idea,
no,
but I still
no.
wish it was. You know, it'd be like it'd be
I'll pay
like
a red key for that.
yeah. You want another key sync?
Yeah.
Like Juicy Scoop, Coin Hunt World Juicy
Like,
Scoop.
like how many fire dragons really are left, or snowmen or whatever.
Yeah.
Peregrine, you shared with us a really cool graph that showed QB profitability. Took me a minute to figure it out, but if we want it, Zach, if you can bring that back up, or if the
It was
combination for you
Peregrine,
guys.
yeah.
Okay, because it took me a second to figure it out, but then I realized it really was just how much it costs to buy the resources, and then how much that QB last sold for, I believe. So
Yes.
I thought that was
So
a
let
pretty
me
cool
try
graphic
to
too.
share that.
I mean, it was color coded and everything. I'm just gonna keep it was great. It was fantastic.
All right, can you guys see that?
It made me feel good. No, I'm still looking at Zach's
I see it.
rock amphitheater. What do I have to do?
Oh, nice, nice. I like how we're situated.
It's just
Well,
you,
good.
Beats.
It's just me that can't see it. All right, well,
The last
go ahead.
vampire went
Zach, take it
for
away.
3.4 red. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Well,
And
no,
it
that's
looked
not
like
that crazy. But
840 is what 200 blood costs. Is that right? Is that what I'm looking? I mean, I can't see it, but that's what I remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the ingredients for the recipe, but
200 blood.
a lot of that's in blood. Yeah, but that's, I mean, that profit on that is insane.
Steve Burr asks, "Can QBs go extinct?" I mean, it's possible, right? If
Possible.
if enough turkeys got banned, you know. I mean,
It was brought up when somebody brought up the legendary, and what if
yeah,
somebody got it? And
yeah.
they stopped
If I
playing?
got banned right now, then there would be no more. I mean, my guess is that they would reintroduce it back into the game.
I don't think they would.
I could be wrong, but yeah.
I don't think they would. I think they're hardcore enough. They'd just be like,
Yeah, Illusion Weaver
gone.
is pretty damn hardcore, so I agree with that.
That's right.
But yeah, like I mean, when
Sleeps
you
on hot cold.
yeah, when you have to compete with Manel for blood, it doesn't really surprise me that the vampire keeps the high, or also that I mean, like you mentioned earlier, she said she hunts 15 minutes a day, so she's obviously, you know, it's her job, it's her career right now, so she's hardcore in that sense. But you know, she's not Manel, so there's not going to be like 1,000 vampires running around.
But I saw at least one of the 3.4 red one came.
What do you think? The last price for Doge QB is a red key too. I think a couple of them went for a red key.
Yeah, that one was that fluctuates a lot. Like last week, I think a couple sold for closer to 500, so closer to cost. So the price variability is so much. You know, like you could look at this and say, okay, I'm going to print a Doge, and then you print a Doge that goes for 500, and you don't make anything, right?
You got to wait till Elon tweets.
Yeah.
So one of the strategies used to be, well, not used to be, is to put your list your item at 20 keys so that it gets on the hot list from so many bids. Is there a flip side to that where, I mean, obviously there is, but should you now take your Doge QB and put it up for 99.5 keys? Is that the play?
Could be.
What I mean, to me, you need to know.
I only have one.
Yeah, Peregrine, like you're the mastermind behind these charts. Tell me how to make some keys, right?
Okay. I literally just processed the data. Okay.
Yeah.
I
was just joking. I was just joking.
But yeah, no, this chart's really cool because it shows you like if you were to buy the materials off the market right now, right? So how much would each cost? How much is the last sale? How much profit could you make? So I mean, like a lot of these things obviously come from blueprints that not many people have, right? Foreman, Snowman, right?
Right.
But there are a couple of interesting money makers on here that come from blueprints that quite a few people might have, right? Like the Mummy, ARQB recently, Monster, right?
And you know the Mummy and the Halloween ones are just gonna get, I mean, the prices jump right before the recurring event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then,
that's where I'm always like, why would I sell something like a mummy or a Santa Claus when there's no thoughts of it? That's not mentioned in the game. I'm gonna wait until those things are mentioned now because look at what happens to the price. So it's kind of like just wait till the market gets manipulated and then just blast it into the auction house.
Beats, I know you said you can't see this chart, but Peregrine, just scroll to the bottom, and the fire QB, is that it's
Lost.
negative 3 red keys to sell it? What is that? Is that what I'm looking at?
Like it costs so much.
Like
for
opportunity
fire crystals.
cost.
Yeah,
Fire crystals cost so much.
yeah, exactly. If you were to buy the materials off the market, it would cost you over 6 red keys to buy the materials. You could probably only expect to get just over 3 red keys for it. So yeah, you're in the whole 3 grand.
And that's one you'd have to put up for 6 red keys, right? Like that's the only way you're gonna get that back. And then you're breaking even after all that time and fighting people in the auction house.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting too because it shows how much it would cost to print the architect if you bought it off the market too right now, right? So
Only 1.1 purple. That's what it's telling me.
yeah,
I'm not sure I believe that.
The QB, you mean, right? Not the blueprint.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the QB. Yeah.
Okay, 1.1 purple. So there you go, Zach. That's what you have to put it up for.
No way.
Is the fire dragon on that list? I can't see it.
For some reason I got so yeah, it costs $43.12 to print. For some reason it's not pulling a sale capture off this.
Okay, didn't know.
But I would think I can't remember what the last fire dragon went for. Maybe around that.
You know what? I can look at it over here. I have it myself. All right, let's see.
I know what mine sold for 14 months
Fire
ago.
Dragon. Okay, it says NA. All right, because because you haven't been keeping that data. I see. Okay, because yeah, there hasn't been a fire QB or fire dragon QB sold for probably a while now.
Or yeah, or at least captured by us or the forum.
Right. Fair enough. All right. Current bargains. What would be a good thing to buy right now? I immediately just assume anything that's not anniversary related. I don't know.
I feel like
what would be hot?
that's a hard question to answer in an environment where everything's inflating. I mean, I think that, but I know you said you're just the data capture, but what do you think?
But you've got the numbers. So what's the current bargain?
Beats is gonna drill you. I know you got something for me.
You listen. Peregrine got access to this Word doc, and he put in here current bargains. So I'm just addressing it. What are the current bargains?
All right. So you guys want to hear resources, QBs, or blueprints?
Ooh, go ahead, Zach. You pick.
Let's go with something that most people have access to, so resources.
All right.
Man,
I'm going to share something called a range chart here. It might be a little bit confusing, but
I'm just going to stay in the amphitheater here.
All right. So okay, so I've got resources here, starting with beach cocktails. So I've got 2 columns. Okay, on the first column is where the price is sitting in its 3-month range. Okay, so for the last 3 months, the current price for that resource, is it at its 3-month low or 3-month high? Okay. The second column is a 6-month range. So if you look at beach cocktail, for example, and this might be of interest to some people, it's at 40 keys right now per cocktail, which is the lowest price it's been not only in the last 3 months, but in the last 6 months. So good time to buy each cocktail. Some other good deals: bonsai trees, cowboy hats. That's good reason. Dog food's cheap. Dusty rags, eggnog, football, right? Now
you said the mummy was a good seller, but the dusty rags not. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, no, the mummy's profitable because dusty rags are so cheap.
Ah, there we go. Okay, the profitability. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Can everybody see the chart, or is it just me?
I think it's just you because I have the live stream up and I see the chart on the live stream.
Just making sure everybody else can see it. I don't care. Go ahead.
So if we flip to the expensive things right now, we got things like Fireheart, like the hearts are expensive. Um, things
We're
like
coming back. We said.
dancing flames, chunks of flesh.
Chunks of
Chicken.
flesh, really?
Yeah, they're at their highest. So
Where's resin
Wow.
at? The
Which?
obvious resin
resin.
should be pretty high, right? Like expensive right now.
Almost almost back to when the auction house started.
Yeah,
Not quite, but
those
almost.
were the days.
Yeah. You had to wrap your feet in newspaper and walk up the hill in both ways.
I can't find resin. Oh, you know what? It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa,
Yeah,
there it is.
So yeah, okay. So it's going for 72 keys per 10,000 right now. So that's both at a 3-month and a 6-month high. So relatively speaking, it's a good time to sell resin. I mean, it might continue to go up. So, but yeah, high price.
I saw 100,000 resin going for a red key, so I, for the first time ever, put 100,000 resin up, and it went for much less than that. So I want my money back.
Beats.
I want my resin
what
back.
what did it go for, Beats? Just curious.
Like 410.
Oh, that's funny. It's still not bad though.
Hilarious.
I put 110,000 up because I was just like, if somebody else lists 100,000, I want mine to look better, and it went.
I put one.
It went for red and 20 keys, I think, or something like that. So.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, sorry, Beats. There's also like timing though, and
this is why I don't believe anything that Peregrine is saying, because anything could happen as soon as you put something in there. Who knows what it's going to sell for? I can't make heads or tails of it.
I love this. So, Peregrine, for everybody listening, if they go to the wiki and they go to like a resource, they can obviously see a historical chart on the wiki itself of overtime prices of that item, right? There's no actual page though for there's currently not a wiki page or a wiki section just for auction house data, right?
Right. So there's been some talk about getting sort of one page where you can get sort of an overview of everything that's going on, with like tables like this, and I think that'll come eventually, but right now to access prices, just go to the individual item page on the wiki and you can see the auction price history along with the price chart of it.
Cool. One other random question where Beats will have to bring us back to Earth, or take us bring us back from that tangent. Are your picture, is that your actual house, or is this one of those backgrounds, like those pre-made backgrounds? Because it looks very like perfect.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, you got like a plant in the back with the picture and the art on the wall, and kind of looks like it's staged. Your house is staged.
I honestly, I put absolutely zero thought into what was going on in the background before.
Well, that just shows like how.
However,
because Peregrine is an adult, like he's one of those people that like literally, like look at his shirt, like he's got like an iron shirt, like he's like. He's an actual man.
He's not a child like you, Zach.
Yes, we're like 13-year-olds that never like
a man child.
Yes.
Hey, it was a compliment regardless of how it sounded.
Yes.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Go ahead, Peregrine.
No, I'm saying the only adult in this house is my wife, and so it's her art, and it's her art, it's her flowers.
Oh, good.
And she makes everything beautiful, and so I appreciate that.
Wow. Oh, she's definitely going to be watching this, I guess. So you really nailed it. Perfect. Oh wow, look at that. Perfect. Good. All right, cool. So if anything else comes up auction house related, we will certainly bounce back to you. And we have other stuff that we put in here about suggestions. I want to bounce over to that too. And Green Vault Trivia, which I put a Blue Vault in, and Buddy Quest. We did not put in. I did not put in about the Twitter contest this week, and I did not put in about the top 10, which is coming to a close here pretty soon. So I'm just writing those words in there. Okay, so Zach, was there anything else that you needed to know about the auction house? Are you trying to time this better? Are you gonna to not do the 7-day thing, or are you gonna stick exactly to what you said?
Um, I don't know. Peregrine, if it's you, what? Just out of curiosity, he's like, I don't like this question. Tap out. Please
He's like, I
bid.
thought we were moving on.
It's like, yeah, I don't like being in this position either. So, um, no, seriously though, like the I guess the guilt driven part of me wants to in the part that like is community wants to list it at 20. But the part of me that I guess is selfish, I guess I'm just trying to be real, is listed at something that I don't something that I'll be like, well, okay, it's old, like, because I'm on the fence about like, well, should I sell this or not? So that's kind of my thought process of where I'm at. But I don't know. Like, I don't want
Like
to
he's
hold them
saying,
all though. Like, that's the thing. So
I'll ask it for you, Peregrine. If you had the architect to sell, what would you price it at?
let's stop Zach from rambling.
We're all gonna stop talking until you say a number.
You're literally asking me what I would do with the premier item of the game, and that I chose not to actually engage in the premier item of the game. Yeah, no. Listen, okay, my take for what it's worth is, it's really good to be obviously concerned about the community, and I think one of the amazing things about this game is the community, right? It's unlike, I mean, I'm not a huge gamer, but I'm so I haven't been involved in a lot of gaming communities, but it's pretty incredible what's going on here. I think we can all agree on that. So like, it's true. Like the work I'm doing, it's not for me. I mean, it's true. I can benefit from it in some way, but I'm doing it because I want to get. So I think do what you're going to be comfortable with in the long term. But you also have to have fun with the game. It's a game, right?
Yeah,
so,
it is.
You know, make sure.
Beats is like, nope, it's not a game. Sorry.
Word. Don't just guilt. Like, don't
Like,
be. That's a bad word. Don't just have fun. The community is going to support you no matter what you do. So let's, yeah, just have.
Peregrine, you're such a nice guy.
That was a really good answer. That was good.
We should.
All right.
We should be a politician.
You should. Oh, that was good. I was trying to pinpoint, like, what does this guy do on his off time?
I'm just joking.
He's something.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice soft landing, though. We'll move on from right there. So let's jump over to suggestions. We haven't done this for a long time, so I don't even know if you guys saw that I put these in here. Zach, of course, I threw in one of yours, but I'm going to go to somebody else first. Let's just hear what you guys have to say about the suggestion from GameBruh01, suggestion 1765. He says the suggestion is to add a friends tab in the leaderboard section. That way you can see your status compared by this month, all time, and friends. Seeing your position within your friends may push you to try harder to be on top. Zach, you have probably a lot of friends. It would probably not look much different, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a "you don't have any friends" joke.
No.
In
game, you have a lot of friends, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I probably have as many as you.
All right.
Kata says I like that suggestion. So.
Yeah, search by friends. I've immediately was like, oh, that's cool, and I also have so many friends. I don't know that would look much different, and I'd have Block Boy still on top of me on the all time. So I don't want to see that. Peregrine, do you like this suggestion? Do you care? Friends on the list on the leaderboard?
Well, considering I most likely have a small fraction of the amount of friends that you guys have, this sounds pretty good to me, actually.
If we're not friends now, we can be.
See, I've been kind of, I mean, Beats, you would totally be my friend. But to be honest, like because I'm a fairly casual player, I've kind of been holding off on friending you because I know you guys do the BQ review, like, every podcast. And like literally since I've been playing, I think, I can safely say that I've been a conscientious and, like loyal buddy. Okay.
Sure.
But if it's going to be that one time, that I just can't do it, and it's with you, I just,
What would be that one time? I believe in you. I think you would do it.
Shu also
but
likes that suggestion.
I'm also a stats guy, right? So I know that streaks come to an end.
I missed one. I missed one the other day. I talked about it. I just deleted somebody that didn't have Discord, so my streak came to an end. So, I'll throw myself out there. Hey, you want to try? I'll tumble for you. That's all I can say.
Did you speaking of buddy quests and failing, did you see that I think it was a week or two ago that Kevo kept joking about standing us up, so I publicly unfriended him on Twitter, put it out a video.
He sent me something. It was like, oh, I've been teasing you guys so much, and I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So I'm glad
Nice.
that you just brought it up because I didn't even know.
I added him back
buddy
immediately
friend.
because he said he was going to
I think I did a
spam
buddy
friends
request
spam friend invites to me over and over and over. So I might as well just accept it.
I mean, you probably should.
Yeah.
His artwork is going to be everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. True.
Peregrine, do you have you had a hand in any of the merch stuff that has happened with the wiki? Did you suggest any of it? Do you like any of it in particular?
I am definitely going to buy some merch. I've been kind of waiting for a little bit more feedback on, like the quality of the stuff, and but yeah, I'm definitely buying.
Right.
Question. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were like, hey, I made one of those kind of shirts or.
No, I got one job on this shit, Beats.
One job. I like this suggestion game, bruh. It might be helpful to some people. I don't know if they'll put the dev work into it. Mac Zadis, that's you, Zach. You put in a suggestion 1753. I just put it in here because I thought it was interesting that you put this in here. So you said once a day, I think the walking quest should have some type of disclaimer displayed similar to the I'm not hunting while driving disclaimer you see while driving, except obviously to stay safe and be smart while walking. Is this kind of like a legal cover your butt kind of thing? Or
Yeah, I think so. But it was, like Peregrine said, it's just a game, except for people like you and me, right, Beats? So, I mean, like, if we go out there, and kill ourselves, like, we're not going to. We're not completely stupid, but
that's the golden rule.
yeah, but at the same time, like,
Don't die.
this is kind of like the thing where, like, somebody spills hot coffee at McDonald's on themselves and, like, they sue McDonald's. Like, if an employee like throws it at you, it's a different story. But like, Quintet World's not like forcing you to walk and get keys. Like, so I just, it would
They
be.
did say it was very hot coffee.
It would be
She actually won that lawsuit.
devastating to, I think, the game, like to have somebody come
absolutely.
off and try to sue them because their stupidity. So that's all I was thinking, and I don't know really why I put it in because obviously they know how to cover their own butts. So, but
something that was mentioned a long time ago, even like the map issues thing. I remember people saying about like, oh, this vault is in the middle of the road. Like, people are gonna try to walk into an intersection kind of things. I don't know if Peregrine, is there anything like that around you where it's like, this is kind of unsafe, but I gotta get those keys.
Yeah, I mean, you can be looking down, seeing, heading to the next vault, or looking at your progress on the quest, and getting run over. I mean, they can.
Yeah.
I think the more extreme it is, the more things can just get thrown at you. But I'm hoping that nobody does like I was looking at my phone and I twisted my ankle off the curb kind of thing. Like, that's ridiculous. So we'll see. I lost my place on where we were talking about. Okay, you said about the covering your butt with the walking quest.
Yeah.
You guys.
I was probably drunk when I submitted it.
You probably were. You're probably drunk right now. Have you been doing it all this month, Zach? You're not super high on the leaderboards.
Yes, I have. I remember I was gone for. Oh,
that's right.
I have been hunting. When I say less, like, it's not really. I don't feel like it's fair, because me and you hunt a lot, but
right.
I still have to, hold a steady job and try to be a functional adult and spend time with family and not die of lack of sleep and stuff like that. So slightly less than, last month. So
Peregrine, are you a 8-tier walker? Do you get some of it done? What's your walking like?
I have gotten tier 8 a few times. I think I got 6 today. I'm usually kind of around there. I try to get 5 because I think, keys to distance ratio, that like 5, like you want to get 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Because it like the efficiency is really good with 5. But yeah, I'm kind of 5, 6.
Anybody listening right now that's trying to beat the clock? They've got 22 minutes left.
Or
23 minutes left.
Maybe.
And they're walking.
I don't think you can you might require a subscription to listen to YouTube while it's in the background and have Coin Hunt World up in the front.
You're right.
Unless they're holding like 2 phones. Which I doubt. Well, possible.
You're right. That's probably impossible at this moment.
Rudy Tooty said he just finished, bastard. I mean, congratulations. Good job.
He did it. Good
Baby
job.
Tooth says chill wheels will need a disclaimer. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, certainly. Bikes and skateboards and all that kind of stuff. That's going to need some sort of like, hey, we didn't tell you to do this. Let's jump over to, well, we always call this Green Vault Trivia. Mine is actually going to be Blue Vault Trivia because I came across a word play question now that they changed or added to the trivia categories. I came across one of the word play category questions that I have never heard this word before, and it was Blue Vault, and I didn't submit it to like the trivia issues or anything because I just felt stupid when I saw it. So I was like, maybe I'm not, and everyone else will also not know this.
You want other people to feel stupid too because you did.
Yeah, I do. So what's the Russian word for antelope? Would that, I mean, I think other things like, the French word for a blockage was impasse. Like, okay, that's a word I know, impasse. Like there were a bunch of them that I was like, oh yeah, of course. And then the Russian word for antelope is saiga, Saiga. I don't know that word in English at all, so I don't know where that came from. If that slipped out of the yellow vaults or what.
Don't know.
You guys know? Ready Russian?
Da.
Yet.
Babushka? Is that like grandmother, maybe?
All right. Nobody else put anything in here. Do you guys have anything that you want to share about trivia that you have recently seen? Any changes?
I don't.
I've seen a lot.
Peregrine, I feel like you would have had to hunt probably recently, at least within the last week, because they updated or added more wordplay questions. They still have a lot of the old ones, but like the one Beats just mentioned, a lot of them are like, what word means this in French? And French is probably one of the easier ones because a lot of like contain, you can tell like the root word is the same or originated from the same word or whatever. But yeah.
Or it's an English word. Like,
those trip me up because I'm native English language and I don't know any other tongue, so I know like 50 Spanish words maybe, and that's about it. I haven't seen any Spanish word trivia, so
I saw one or two. Peregrine, have you seen any of the new trivia?
Have not. I've done some hunting, but haven't seen one of the new questions.
Okay. I've gotten a lot. So I like cinema, and I used to like films. Films is gone. It's all just cinema now. I get cinema all the time, and I click on it all the time. I'm getting a lot of which of these is not a famous film, and then one of them is just a joke answer. And it's different every time. And so every time you're racing against the clock for that perfect because I can't tell you the answer just by the question. I have to look at all the answers. So I'm not liking cinema as much because of that kind of thing. Like I feel like I'm being played off the timer. Like you shorten the timer so much and then made it so that the questions require you to look at every answer instead of like I kind of do like the zone out thing where I'm like, if it's a really short answer, the shortest one is the one I go to. If it's a really long, if it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm clicking the longest answer right away. Like those kind of things is what I can capitalize on, and I can't do that with this. So I don't like it.
Yeah, agreed. Not cool.
Yeah, not cool.
So one of the things
you think you're great.
One of the things you mentioned there, has me going off on another tangent just about
Oh, boy.
getting greats. It's not that long of a tangent, but you have to reel me back in. So
We're almost done. We're good.
I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on a new iPhone, and I haven't done it yet. But I have an XS, just the regular XS, which is a version after the 10 came out, the year after, or the following iteration of the 10, and I have, maybe it's subconscious, but I've dropped my phone like 5 times this week. And I thought it was like maybe the tempered glass cover that was giving me issues, but I started realizing like the bottom two sections right in the middle of the trivia, like I can't click it. Like it'll be like I'll hold my finger on it and it gives that noise like you're clicking on it, like but it'll like repeatedly click on it, like almost like you're tapping it. And so I have a really hard time getting perfects on the bottom two rows of the trivia. So I think this might be an excuse for a new phone. So,
This is your legendary holder here, people.
yeah. Getting a lot of greats. Getting a lot of greats.
It's costing you money to keep
You're
your
right.
current phone.
You're right. It's good point, Beats. Good point.
I have an ancient old phone, a OnePlus 6T, that I'm just never going to get rid of because it tracks my steps really good and it just keeps working. So
Eventually it's going to
gonna
stop
hold on to it
working.
forever.
Or the OS
You know what?
upgrades aren't going to be supported or something like that.
Listen, I got a couple more years, I think. So.
What phone do you have, Peregrine?
Pixel.
Ooh, 5?
4A.
4A.
Yeah, it's been good to me.
Yeah.
Treats me well for the walking quest, so I'm happy.
A while back when I was debating whether or not I should just flip to Android, and it's just so hard for me to. I don't feel like I'm like an Apple fanboy. As a matter of fact, like, I feel like I hate them, but I'm addicted to them at the same time, if that's possible.
I don't understand what I'm never one of those people that cares about like shoes or watches or phones, and I just don't understand like why anybody like I must have one or the other. I never get it.
I guess I feel like an old person when I say this, but like it's just usability. Like with we're out of this. We're out, for the most part, I feel like we're out of the days of like piracy and rooting your phone and all of that, and not necessarily. I'm not into that, so or never really had been.
I pirate my phone all the time.
But but I feel like it's just so freaking easy to use Apple. Like it's just the OS, like there's just not. I feel like Android's a little more clunky. You can probably do more with it. You can put it, in developer mode, easier to make apps, less resistance in the App Store and things like that. But I just like I mean, I don't know. To be fair though, I've never had a good Android phone. I always like the closest thing I think I had to an Android phone was like I don't even remember what it was called, but it was like I don't remember. It wasn't a Nokia, but I can't remember what it's called, so I don't know. But it was maybe like $150, and whereas like I'm dropping hundreds of dollars on iPhones. So even if it's the not the latest version, you're buying a new one, you're still spending a crap ton of money. So anyways, side tangent. Sorry.
Until Apple approves Android rules.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Damn it, Apple.
Yeah, see? So, well, that is part of this introduction that was actually mentioned in the Hunter's Lodge about that maybe the adding in of the $19.95 per month will help with Apple approval. Peregrine, are you going to buy the Adventure Pass, the premium? Or are you going to wait?
That's an interesting question.
I'm not going to wait. I am buying.
Wow.
It's a welcome change. I think I shared the concerns of many about the game's viability. I think this is a great way to give back, and I think we're probably going to get back as well for the investment. So yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm happy you said that, Peregrine, mostly because I feel like the more you play, like the more hardcore the more you hunt, like the more it makes sense. And coming from a casual player, I guess like that, obviously you dedicate a lot of time to the game through the wiki. So, so it makes sense that you're on board, but at the same time, it's I guess refreshing to hear it from somebody who doesn't max out their keys every day.
100%.
I'm interested to see the other uses for crystal keys. So obviously buying the adventure pass and then the structure blueprints, and I'm just interested to see, like, from the data from that, what else will start to come from crystal keys or other things.
So do we know, this might be me not watching the chat enough, but do we know, like, I don't think the items you can buy with crystal keys will be able to be listed on the auction house, or do we know? I don't think I know.
They almost can't, right? Because then you can immediately turn, that's pay to win, right? You can immediately buy something with crystal keys, your fiat, and then sell it in the auction house for red keys or whatever, and there you go.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
guess. Or
Well,
do they not care and say, "Oh, we're putting in money"? I don't know.
I guess it makes it more interesting since I was under the impression like that. Well, the crystal keys are one thing, but I thought the like there would be a quest to get the blueprint per month or whatever, the unique QB blueprint or
Oh,
whatever it is. And so my assumption, which very well may be wrong, like most of my assumptions, would be that like the QB blueprint itself would be able to be sold if you wanted to on the auction house, but
or
the thing,
printed later for
yeah,
leaderboard
but you
things.
can't
Right.
buy that with keys, but it's technically bought with a subscription, but you also have to put in whatever that work is to do the quest. That's just an assumption, but I don't know. Anyway,
We'll find out soon enough, right? Some of this stuff I got kind of lost on, like what starts August 1st. I believe the sushi quest starts August 1st, so that will be something that at least for us DC players need to go find. I guess for you, Peregrine, Ottawa players have to go find. We asked WR Willem, and he said it was far away, so I guess it's far away for you too. Ottawa's out of the picture.
Uh, my
Oh,
sister-in-law and her
oh,
husband, the four of us are pretty tight, and we love food, we
oh.
love travel, so who knows?
Okay. Peregrine goes dark for 3 days in Discord. We know where he's at.
aside from your wife, have you referred anybody else to the game, or do you have any friends that are interested or anything like that?
I think I've personally referred like maybe 6 to 8 to maybe 10 people to the game, but I have no
Wow.
referrals because I just said, "Hey, check this out," and didn't actually share my thing. So.
Oh, yeah. That sucks.
Hey, I always feel like at least if you got them to play, that's something.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for the game, but still sucks personally for you.
Oh, let me see here. We jumped over. Oh, Buddy Quest. Buddy Quest. We love the part about Buddy Quest. Zach, you don't have anything listed here. Did you have a Buddy Quest this week?
You might have to come to me last so I can figure out who my buddy quest was with.
Oh, you don't even know. Okay, Peregrine, do you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah. Yesterday with June, and shout out to June, huge Wiki contributor, puts together the newsletter. She's out West Coast, so she messaged me. It was like after midnight my time, so we didn't get to do it that night for her, but we got it done the next day, and all went well.
Joan.
Okay.
Mine was, oh crap, I went away from the screen. Mine was with a UK player, Stenine STE and 9ABF. I believe this person is working on the merch stuff. We did it the very next day from the day we got it. I believe we just had to make sure our schedules matched across the Atlantic, and
Yeah.
did it no problem.
What time did you have to do it?
It was a normal time. I didn't feel, let me look when we last talked. I didn't feel like it was anything crazy. I think it was middle of the day for me and like evening for that person. I can't find it now. So yeah, I think it was something like that. Wow, how far away? How many different things did I get? Okay,
All right.
yeah, it was 4:30 for me. So,
PM?
what's that? Like not 9? Yeah, so it was like 9:30 for that person. So no big deal.
4:30
Please.
a.m. would be rough for me, but I can do
Yeah.
PM.
I can do the afternoons, no problem. So that worked for me. And I'm currently in a buddy quest with Captain Spaulding, who messaged me first out of the blue while I was at work. So always gotta love that. We're gonna get it done either tomorrow or I think Thursday. He said he had off, so we'll get it done either way.
Okay, so I figured out my buddy quest. After
Good job.
after I found my phone, looking everywhere for my phone, it was with Lionheart.
Oh,
So pretty sure I've been friends with Lionheart for a long time, but it's our first time, obviously, doing a buddy quest. So it was really easy. I think, he was going to schedule it for tomorrow, and then he messaged me like 10 minutes later. He's like, actually, he or she, I don't know. Actually, could you do it now? And just looked at the wife and said, hey, do you care if I? And she's like, sure, go. So
yeah, go.
there you go. Yeah, it was more like that, but
I roll over your head right out of here.
yeah.
Let's do the Twitter contest. Zach, I saw you won something about a Twitter.
Woo, woo.
You won something, right?
Yeah.
Which one did you win? The bank, right?
Yeah, the bank thing. I drove down to. I'm surprised that nobody else in Kansas City did it. But I drove down to the.
You're the only addicted psycho.
Yeah, I'm the only addicted psycho, right? Well, the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City is right next to the Yellow Vault, so I walked up there, got my photo quest, didn't do the yellow, walked away, I got my resin, and then went up there to the bank, and I got my resin and paint, I guess, and then took the picture of the bank, and then got some green vaults around there, and then just went back home. So, yeah.
Didn't spend a yellow key and got a yellow key.
Wow. Yeah, and a green too, because
Oh, you won the day too.
Yeah.
This week it is sushi and ramen restaurants. Peregrine, do you have a sushi or ramen restaurant near you?
Yeah, I live far enough away from civilization that we don't have too much variety as far as that's concerned.
Oh no.
There is a town about 20K away that I think they got a sushi restaurant. So.
Did you say 20K away?
Kilometers, Beats.
Yeah, sorry.
Whoa.
We're not in America.
It's like 20,000 something.
Canadian.
We're not in America. All right, so I think that obviously this is leading right into the sushi restaurant that will be found here soon. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. I don't know if I'm going to end up going down there to DC, but I might.
Is there like a train that goes down there?
There's a train from Philly. It takes about the same amount as driving. So So the problem is
cost-wise or time?
Time-wise, and probably cost-wise maybe like $40, something like that. So I don't know, about worth the hassle to not have to drive. The problem is if you get off the train in DC and then don't know where the sushi restaurant is, now what? So I have to figure out like where this is and where in relation to the train station it is, and if I just need to drive myself, or if we're gonna go as a group or whatever we're gonna figure out, like we have to figure that out. So
yeah,
I don't know. So the first things first is somebody's got to find it. So that's what I hope happens, because I'm not driving 3 hours and then driving around Washington D.C.
I would love to, but it's just that'd be a long drive.
And
then you might get there and get nothing, basically.
And then, or like you need reservations, or like I don't know, like what. All right, so yeah, that's the bit of trying to figure out like what's the puzzle for this week, right? For the sushi restaurant. So we'll see. I'm sure somebody's gonna do it right away. I'm sure Snow Owl is from DC, so we should hopefully see something soon with that.
Right.
All right, we are pushing right up on the reset time. So let's jump over to the current top 10. It is July 25th. So this is the last time we'll be able to check in with this month's top 10. Peregrine, do you want to read any of these off? Do you feel like you want to announce? Do you feel like it's overcome you now? Like you're ready? You got the bug? You got the showbiz bug?
Yeah, sure. You just tell me what to do. What, 10 to 5 or what? Like
yeah, do 10 to 5. That'll be great.
All right. So in number 10, Baby Girl, Rockin' the Missy.
Baby Girl.
Number 9, wearing the pumpkin, McKiki Tiki.
Not the chief, the pumpkin. Interesting.
I think, didn't he sell the chief to Manel? Has he printed more than one?
Oh, that's a good question. Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. Number 8, Under Zenith 7.
Nice.
Wearing pizza. Squeamy coming in at number 7 with the fire dragon. Oh boy. Number 6, RBHOU 812.
Is it barbecue? Like barbecue? That's what I was just thinking after reading this a couple times.
I read it.
That?
Go ahead.
No? Yes? I don't
I read RB Ho You.
Okay.
All right,
Good stuff.
that's 10-6. Someone else can do the rest.
Nice. Zach, you want to take the top 5?
Sure. Coming in at number 5, we got Beardy,
Beauty.
the guy who trolled everybody in the Discord, right? KSG 25 coming at number 4.
Yeah.
I believe he started maybe number 1 at the beginning of the month, right? Trying to do a leaderboard push.
I love that he's posting he's doing Twitch streams of his leaderboard push. So that's cool.
Yeah, that is. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. KSG 25. All right. Limpy 37, number 3. I see this name a lot, but I don't know that I interact with the person that much.
So Lippy was on our podcast. Was one of the first people that was on our podcast. Remember he had gotten referred someone who was homeless, and then they got an apartment and all that kind of stuff. That was Limpy 37.
I thought he had a.
No, am I wrong?
Maybe.
Either way,
maybe I'm confusing the Discord name with the username, but
oh my God, maybe I am too. I don't know. Either way, is this the same person though that had the 9 OG blueprints? Am I correct with that?
I don't know if that's correct, but I do remember seeing that in the chat, and
okay, yeah,
that was insane because
I thought so.
I just bought an OG QB, and like most items I try to bid for, I had to fight with Marlov, and just being real, Marlov, and it went for like, I don't remember the exact number, but it was like 3.15 or red or something like that. You know, I probably got like 200 keys out of it back whenever. Yeah, so that is an insane, like, can you imagine a year from now probably have like 9 purples just from OG QBs? Yeah. So number 2, what's that?
Or if OpenSea opens up. Go ahead, number 2.
Right. Hayes 44 coming at number 2. Yeah. Marvin's mama said that's correct, so that must be Limpy 37. Hayes 44, number 2, with the ice QB. And Ziot, I don't know if that's correct or not, coming in number 1 with the construction QB. That name, just for whatever reason, reminds me of StarCraft. I don't know why.
Oh, like
probably does not mix. Yeah, exactly. The Zergs.
It's 4 letters and it's ZE, so maybe that.
Maybe that's it.
We made it, guys.
Yep. Sorry.
It is reset.
I unprofessionally made it. Sorry, Peregrine, for this fiasco.
Thank you for adding your professionalism to everything that we do. So
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you again. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome, and thanks so much, guys, for the invitation. It was I had a lot of fun. You know, I didn't exactly know how it would go, but yeah, had a great time.
You never know with me.
Thanks so much for what you do, week in, week out, putting up this content. We all appreciate it very much. And if I could, just a quick shout out to
absolutely.
K-Hack, he does.
Not K.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like this guy, he's got his hand in a lot of pies. He's extremely helpful. Like he is a facilitator, right? So he goes in and he helps other people succeed, right? And I think that's a pretty awesome quality. I think he's a huge benefit to the community. I mean, we all know this, but I just wanted to personally say that. And you know, like my wish going forward, I mean, yes, it's true, this is a game and, you know, we're all having fun. But, you know, my wish going forward is that, you know, some of the people that have been, you know, working hard to make this game succeed in the community, you know, my hope is that these people get rewarded in some way in the future. So
yeah,
you know, may that day come.
I agree, and you included too. But yeah, K-Hag is not only is he a good facilitator, but I've harped on him like a million times. I'm sure he's like, God, shut up, Zach. You're like a fanboy. But he's just talented, you know? So he's a nice, smart facilitator, and he's talented and driven. So, you know, it's a good combo. And he's Beats' neighbor, so.
He's my neighbor.
There you go.
I can tell you what he smells like. I don't know. Does that help?
No, I think we're good.
No, it doesn't. No, all right.
And for some reason, he loves Beats. Just like loves beats. Brings him
He has
gifts.
to. He has to.
So Peregrine, if somebody wants to follow you, what's your Twitter handle?
Oh, that's good.
The Twitter is at Peregrine.io. Not a big Twitter guy, but I put a few things up there, so you can follow me there.
All right. And Beats asked earlier in the podcast, like how to contribute screenshots. Would you like that from the community, or do you like a small group of, because I don't know if it would cause a bunch of like extra fluff that's hard to sift through.
Well, I was working on the code this week to make it more expandable so that it could be a little more flexible in what it handled. So
because some people give bad screenshots. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So you know what? Yeah, if someone, like, it's a commitment, right? Like
Yeah.
basically since January, I've taken like 40 to 50 screenshots a day of the auction house. Now, I mean, not everyone has to do that, right? But I mean, even if you can, contribute like maybe 3 screenshots a day, that's fantastic. Like when you get up in the morning or, at some point during the day, that would be great. And yeah, if people want to reach out, because like the more screenshots, the more granular the data is, the more accurate.
The
it's gonna
closer it would be
So,
like to an API, like the
Yeah,
actual
and-
data.
Right. And when the API does come in, I mean, all of this goes away. I mean, we're not going to
Right.
need to do this anymore.
Right.
But until that comes, to rack up this price history, sure. If anyone wants to contribute, touch base with me. Yeah.
With that auction house screen coming in from so many different places, how do you figure out like the times? Like you're always just assuming somebody's immediately screenshotting and immediately sending it. One of my latest suggestions was to import like on the main screen, you can see the clock, just to bring it over into the auction house so you can see it buying and selling.
That's a decent idea. A lot of people too, the screenshot is like the timestamp is saved in the file name itself or in the metadata of the file, so I can usually extract that.
Yeah. Awesome. I would never figure that out. It's good that you can. That's why we need you. That's why we need all you guys doing all that stuff that you do. I think we'll call it here. Good stuff. We really appreciate you being here. Zach, I appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Sorry again, everybody. Not just, also mostly Peregrine. But sorry everybody for all the crap in the first 10 minutes of the video. So.
Well, good luck everybody on the leaderboards. And next time we talk to you, we will be talking about stamps and sushi quests and what we think about all this stuff. So
exciting.
Stay tuned. We'll talk to you then. Thanks, guys. Yeah. We'll talk to you. And Zach, give them the amphitheater beat. That's all I say is the amphitheater.